Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is JT from Above and Below the Belt. I want to talk about the IBLP again, and he has a video. The IBLP International Boxing Fans broadcast, and he's talking about Errol Spence versus Vergil Ortiz, the super fight, and the stuff that he said in there, about Errol Spence. Well, first of all, let's talk about Errol Spence versus Vergil Ortiz. Well, that fight, that might come, but not right now. It's not going to come this year. It's not going to I don't think it's going to probably happen next year. One thing is, I remember Vergil Ortiz said that fight will probably happen in the junior middleweight division. 154 instead of 147. He said as soon as he get his feet wet a little bit at the same time, Errol Spence will probably be moving up, and he'd be moving. And I think Vergil Ortiz said he'd be moving up too at the same time. So expect them two to fight probably at 154 pounds, but not at 147. And then he said the IBLP talking about Vergil Ortiz said he'll take the fight in 2 or 3 months. The fight in Errol Spence now if he was given that chance. Trust me, he won't take that fight. He ain't that crazy. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence and him I think they know each other. He said he was friends with him and stuff like that. They know each other when they was at the same boxing gym. So he know how Errol Spence can box and stuff like that. I'm not saying he know the whole package of Errol Spence, and Errol Spence don't know the whole ins and out about Vergil Ortiz, but they know somewhat of each other. I would definitely say that. But as in boxing styles and stuff like that. But you talking about how many years ago that been? That's been I don't know. That's been maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, right? So both of them got much better. But Errol Spence is 28, I think 29 years old. Vergil Ortiz is 21 years old. He's got 14 wins and 14 knockouts. But at the same time, he's still a prospect. He's still in the prospect stage, and he's looking for a world title. I mean, go ahead. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, going for a title. But it's not gonna be with Terrence Crawford. It's not gonna be with Errol Spence. Danny Garcia don't have no title. So and then who else? Who else had what? Well, Sean Porter got the WBC strap, but at the same time, that's going to be in Errol Spence's hands in September. You know what I'm saying? I believe that Errol Spence is going to win that fight, but I don't know how he's going to win that fight. But this is not the video to talk about that. But it was other things that the IBLP was talking about, as in why he talking about he fighting a little guy like Mike Garcia. But one thing, let me tell you something. Everybody talking about Errol Spence was taller than him and he had longer reach. Yes, and Mike Garcia knew this going into the fight. But see, you know what happened? Mike Garcia got big headed, and then on top of that, he fought Robert Easter Jr., who is bigger, who is taller than Errol Spence Jr., and he had a longer reach than Errol Spence Jr. And then Mike Garcia beat him. You see what I'm saying? But he got cocky after that fight and thought that he could beat Errol Spence Jr. He thought Errol Spence but I do agree with IBLP saying that he thought Errol Spence was gonna come in with that aggressive style to the body and come forward style. But he showed him something else, because you know what it is? Mike Garcia and the YouTube channels and the media kind of made Errol Spence fight in a style that he normally don't fight in. He showed you another light of what he can do. This is boxing. He don't have to fight in the same style he usually do. He wanted to show y'all that he can box instead of everybody else say he couldn't. I mean, even everybody say he couldn't do. He stuck out. That's and Mike Garcia said he's smarter than him, but he showed you something else different. You know what I'm saying? And then the IBLP was talking about because the reason why Errol Spence won that fight because his height and his reach. He was taller than Mike Garcia. He had a longer reach, but Mike Garcia knew this, and then he said that Errol Spence he had a choice. He didn't have to accept that fight. He didn't. But one thing is, it was a lot of money involved, and then on top of that, to get his name out there to fighting somebody who fought at 140 pounds already. He didn't come up 2 weight classes. He came up 1 weight class. Let's make that clear. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he never fought at 140. He fought at 140, I think a couple of times, and then he went back down at 135. But then he wanted to fight Errol Spence Jr. He was calling him out for almost a year or something, like a year and a half, and he got his wishes at the same time. I probably would have took the fight too at the same time. Knowing that he's the IBLP talking about Mike Garcia wasn't hurt. A person don't have to go down to be hurt. He can be hurt still. Look how long it's taking him to get back into the game. He don't know he want to go to he don't know he want to stay at 147 or he want to go down to 140 to 135. Well, he say he don't want to go down to 135. He want to go down to 140. He don't know he want to fight Denny Garcia. He don't know he want to fight Manny Pacquiao, which I had my last video was talking about that. That's got something to do with Errol Spence did to him psychologically. He's not the smarter fighter. It was Errol Spence who was the smarter fighter at the same time. And then on top of that, you saying that he fought Mike Garcia because of a smaller person, and then he's fighting he want to fight Manny Pacquiao, older Manny Pacquiao. Well, Mike Garcia want to fight a older Manny Pacquiao too himself, because he's somewhat of the cash cow, and then he's got a belt. So now, I mean, to get your name out there, that's what some fighters do. But I disagree. I don't like it. But at the same time, he do got the strap. He do got the belt. So Errol Spence he said he want to unify he want to be the undisputed welterweight in the division. So that's what he has to do to get that belt. He got to go through Manny Pacquiao. That's if Manny Pacquiao want to get rid of the belt. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he gonna do that now. But time would tell. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying, all this hating is coming from the IBLP. And it's kind of funny. He said when Mike Garcia versus Errol Spence, it was a 50-50 fight. Which I said was a 60-40 fight. 60 for Errol Spence and 40 for Mike Garcia. You know what I'm saying? So he said it was a 50-50 fight. He thought it was gonna be a he said something about Mike Garcia had a chance to win it, which I knew he didn't have I'm not gonna say I knew he didn't have a chance to win it, but I thought he's gonna win some of the rounds. But come to find out, he showed Errol Spence he had another tool in his tool belt. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all this hating, man, coming from him tomorrow. Vergil Ortiz will take that fight now. No, he would not. Mike Garcia didn't beat Errol Spence Jr. because he had a height advantage and his reach. He had a reach advantage too. That wasn't really beat Mike Garcia. It was because he was skills. He had the better skills and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He's the more technical fighter at the same time. And then the reason why Mike Garcia didn't go down because he didn't throw a lot of punches. He was trying to stay safe. You know what I'm saying? Just like when Mike Garcia was fighting Adrian Broner. The reason why Adrian Broner didn't go down because Mike Garcia was fighting him, because Adrian Broner didn't throw a lot of hands. He didn't throw a lot of punches at the same time. That's what happened to Mike Garcia fighting Errol Spence Jr. They played it safe. They didn't want to go down. You know what I'm saying? If a fighter throwing a punch at you and you're not throwing back and you try to stay safe, it's hard to knock out a person who's not throwing a lot of punches. You know what I'm saying? So, but Errol Spence, he waited too long to go for the knockout because I think he waited to the 9th round, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so I know he had 3 more rounds to go, but at the same time, he threw a lot of punches. He threw a lot of punches. You know what I'm saying? And he was kind of worn out too at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Mike Garcia underestimated Errol Spence Jr. That was on him. He took the fight because he fought Robert Easter and beat him. He thought he could beat a taller guy. Because at first, Mike Garcia didn't want to fight Robert Easter Jr. Robert Easter Jr. was calling him out, but he didn't want to fight him because he said something about his height and his reach advantage. But he stepped in because the reason why he stepped in to fight Robert Easter Jr. because Robert Easter Jr. don't fight as a tall guy. He fight as a small guy. He fight as the person shorter than him. He don't fight as a taller guy. And Mike Garcia seen that, and he took advantage of that. I mean, not took advantage of it, but he just seems a little. He was exposed. Robert Easter exposed himself. That's why Mike Garcia took that fight, and he thought that. And then the IBLP talking about the reason why Errol Spence just stuck out with Mike Garcia because of Mike Garcia would have won. I don't think. Let me tell you something with that situation. if Errol Spence didn't change his style up, if he would have came in with that same approach, I got a funny feeling that he still would have won that fight. And then he probably could have knocked him. I think he probably could have knocked him down. Possibly could have knocked him out. But with the style that he used, that was kind of somewhat like a Floyd Mayweather style. He was boxing you, not trying to knock you out. He was just trying to hurt you. He's trying to break him down. Then try to go for the knockout, but he waited too late. That's what it seemed like to me. But the IBLP, he's saying something totally different, which is totally false at the same time. You know, the international boxing fans are broadcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave the link of what he was talking about, which is totally false. He hates on. He's talking about unbiased. Well, you biased against. I mean, you talking about Errol Spence like he ain't no world champion, like he haven't did nothing. He beat Carol Book and he beat Mikey Garcia. I mean, I know. And the funny thing about with Carol Book, Errol Spence was losing that fight. And then possibly, well, he TKO Carol Brook, you know what I'm saying, which Terrence Crawford not fighting, or well, some people saying he's ducking Carol Brook or Terrence Crawford, but we'll talk about that another time. This is not the video to talk about that. But at the same time, what y'all think about what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave the link at the bottom of my page where I'm talking about the video I'm talking about. But subscribe to my page, like my page, hit the notification bell for new videos from me. This is JT from Bum Below the Belt. Bye bye.